Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have discussed about the external structure of flower, or you can say the morphology of the flower. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss about the pre-fertilization structures and events. Okay, let us see pre-fertilization, structure and events. Structure and events. Okay, events. Now in this class we will discuss about the detail of the male reproductive part of the flower, that is known as the androecium or stamen. So in this class we will discuss about the structure of the stamen, types of anther, and the structure of microsporangium or pollen sac or anther. So let us see first of all the androecium. Okay, androecium. Androecium represents the male reproductive part of the flower. Androecium represents the male reproductive part of the flower, and the sign of male you know in class 11, that is circle and arrow. Okay, each androecium consists of the basic units known as the stamen. Okay. That means you can say androecium consists of a group of basic units known as the stamen, and each stamen consists of the two parts represented by anther, and the filament. Okay, an anther and the filament. Once again, what is androecium? Androecium represents the male reproductive part of the flower. Each androecium contains a group of units known as stamen, and each stamen consists of two parts represented by anther and filament. Anther is the upper part of the stamen, that is contains dust-like particles known as pollen grain, and the filament provides base to the anther. Now let us see the structure of the stamen and the function of anther and filament. Okay. The structure of the stamen, that is the basic unit of androecium. Okay, and various parts. So let us see each stamen consists of the two parts. Okay, the upper part is known as the anther, and the lower part is known as the filament. Anther, and the lower part is known as the filament. Each anther made up of the anther lobes. Each anther made up of the anther lobes. Okay, each anther made up of the anther lobe, and these are the two parts of the stamen. These are the two parts of the stamen. So how many parts of the stamen? There are two parts of the stamen, anther and filament. Anther contains dust-like particles known as pollen grain, that is also known as the male gamete in case of flowering plants. These are the pollen grains. Okay, and in filament, and this filament can be attached to the base of the ovary, or you can say to the attached to the petal or to the ovary. Okay, now let us see the types of anther on the basis of number of pollen sac or microsporangium. Microsporangium is the sac-like structure that is present inside the each anther lobes, and on the basis of number of anther lobe and on the basis of number of microsporangium or pollen sacs, there are two types of anther, that is represented by monothecous and dithecous anther. Okay, let us see the types of anther on the basis of number of anther lobes or pollen sac. Types of anther. There are two types of anther found in flowering plants, represented by monothecous and dithecous anther. First one is called monothecous anther. Mono means one and di means two. Okay, mono means one. Mono is equal to one. Okay, mono is equal to one and di means two. Second one is dithecous anther. Okay, dithecous anther. Di means two. Di is equal to 2. Let us see the structure of monothecous anther. When you will cut the anther, okay, you will get when each anther, suppose that this is the anther lobes, You know each anther contains the anther lobes. When each anther lobe contains the single thecar chamber. Okay, this is the anther lobe. This is the anther lobe. Okay, when each anther lobe contains single thecar chamber like this. Single thecar chamber. Such type of anther is known as the monothecous anther. It is very less common in case of flowering plants. What is monothecous anther? The type of anther in which each anther lobe contains single thecar chamber or pollen sac or you can say microsporangium, that is called monothecous anther. Example is we discussed Rosa sinensis, that is the woodheart plant. Okay. Now let us see dithecous anther. The type of anther in which each anther lobe contains two thecar chamber known as dithecous anther. It is very more common in case of flowering plants. How you will draw the structure of dithecous anther? You can see on the board. Okay. First of all, you will draw the anther lobes like this that we have drawn in the previous one. Okay. This is it represents the what? It represents the anther lobes. Correct? This is the filament. Okay. When each anther lobe contains two thecar chamber. See. There is two thecar chamber in each anther lobes. When each anther lobe contains two thecar chamber, such type of anther is known as dithecous anther. It is very more common in case of flowering plants. Once again, what is monothecous anther? The type of anther in which each anther lobe contains single thecar chamber. Such type of anther is known as monothecous anther. And what is dithecous anther? The type of anther in which each anther lobe contains two theca. Two theca are chamber. Such type of anther is known as the dithecous anther. Dithecous anther is more common in case of flowering plants. Now let us see the next is the structure of the anther or pollen sac or microsporangium. Okay. So first of all, we will discuss about the outline diagram of the anther, then the internal structure of anther. Okay, when you will see the outline diagram, each anther consists of the four layers. Externally looks like the butterfly. Okay, and there is four layers. Outermost layer is called the epidermis. Then after epidermis the endothecium. Both is the single layer. Okay, and then middle layer. Epidermis, endothecium, middle layer consists of 1, 2, 3 layers. So the red one represents the middle layer. It is about 1, 2, 3 layers. Okay, 1, 2, 3 layers. First of all, you have to know the outline diagram of the anther. Okay. It is also given in NCERT class 12. Okay. And then the innermost layer, that is fertile layer, is known as the innermost layer is called the tapetum. This innermost layer is called the tapetum. Inside tapetum there is pollen sac or microsporangium. Pollen sac or microsporangium. And this pollen sac contains the specific cells known as microspore mother cells. Now let us see the outermost layer is called epidermis. The outermost layer is called epidermis. After epidermis, this layer is called endothecium. Endothecium. And these 1, 2, 3 layers called the middle layer. Okay? These layers known as the middle layers. About 1 to 3 layers. Okay, and the innermost layer is known as the tapetum. Inside tapetum it has a special sac-like structure known as the pollen sac or microsporangium. Pollen sac or microsporangium. Pollen sac or microsporangium. Okay, pollen sac or microsporangium. And this pollen sac contains specialized cells known as the microspore mother cells. That each microspore mother cell gives rise the 4 pollen grains after the process of microsporogenesis, and the various steps of microsporogenesis we will discuss about later after the structure of the anther. Now let us see the internal structure of the one corner of the anther, that is given in your NCERT book. Okay, let us see the internal structure of the anther and the function of the various layers of the anther. Okay, functions of the various layers of the anther. Let us see the internal structure of the anther. I will draw at only one corner, that is common for them all. Okay, internal structure of the anther. Internal structure of the anther. See carefully. Okay, how you will draw diagram. Okay. Okay. First of all, you will draw the outline diagram. Then you will fill with the help of cells. That is the outermost layer, that is known as the epidermis. Epidermis represents the outermost layer of the anther. It is made up of the parenchymatous cells. Okay. After epidermis, the single layer known as the middle layer. Or after epidermis, endothelium. Endothelium consists of the flattened cells, single layered flattened cells. Okay, single layered flattened cells. Outermost layer single layered, and the after epidermis there is a flattened cells layer known as the endothelium. After endothelium, it is about 1 to 3 layers made up of parenchymatous cells known as the middle layer. So outermost layer is epidermis, then endothelium, then middle layer. Middle layer consists of about 1 to 3 layers. Suppose that this is the one layer. Now this is the second layer. Okay, this is the second layer. Let us see carefully how you will draw the diagram of anther or mature pollen sac or microsporangium. Okay, so it looks like butterfly externally. It has 4 layers. The outermost layer, the single layer known as epidermis. After epidermis, endothelium. After endothelium, middle layer. Epidermis is the single layered cells. Okay, this is the epidermis, consists of single layered cells. Epidermis consists of the single layered cells. Okay, after epidermis, this layer is called the endothelium. Endothelium also single layered. Now, then middle layer. Middle layer consists of about 1 to 3 layers parenchymatous cells. Middle layer. After middle layer, it has the innermost layer of the anther known as that is more than 1 nuclei per cells, known as the tapetum. Why tapetum cells are multinucleated? Because in these cells, karyokinesis takes place, but cytokinesis do not take place. This is the question: why the cells of tapetum is multinucleated? Because in these cells, when the cell divides, division of nucleus occurs, but division of cytoplasm do not occurs. As a result, each cells of the tapetum contain more than 1 nuclei, and this condition is known as the multinucleated condition. Okay. Now, after tapetum, this is the tapetum layer, that is the innermost layer of the anther. After tapetum, it has a specialized sac-like structure known as the pollen sac or microsporangium. Pollen sac or microsporangium. The innermost part after tapetum known as pollen sac or microsporangium. And this microsporangium contains specialized cells known as the made up of specialized tissue known as the sporonous tissue. This sporonous tissue contains specialized cells known as the microspore mother cells. Okay, so this is the sporonous tissue. Each sporonous tissue are diploid, and each cells of the sporonous tissue known as the microspore mother cells, or you can say MMC. Okay. Each microspore mother cell gives rise to 4 haploid pollen grains after the process of microsporogenesis. So this is the sporonous tissue. Sporonous tissue. Correct? So how many layers in the anther? When you will see the mature anther, you will get it consists of 4 layers represented by the epidermis is the outermost layer, then endothelium the second layer, then middle layer, that is third one, and fourth is the tapetum. Now let us see the functions of these layers. Okay, epidermis, endothelium, and middle layer help in the dehiscence of the anther. Dehiscence means rupturing of the anther as the pollen grains comes out through the anther, and the small pore through which pollen gets released from the anther known as the stomium. Okay, and what is the function of tapetum? It represents the innermost layer of the anther. Okay, and the cells of tapetum are multinucleated because in these cells division of nucleus occurs, that is karyokinesis occurs, but cytokinesis do not occurs. Inside the tapetum layer, it has the sac-like structure known as the pollen sac or microsporangium. This microsporangium contains specialized tissue known as the sporangious tissue. Okay, and the cells of sporangious tissue is known as the microspore mother cells. That this spore acquired pollen grains after the process of microsporogenesis. That process we will discuss later the detail about microsporogenesis. What is microsporogenesis? The process of development of four acquired pollen grains from the microspore mother cell after meiosis division is known as the microsporogenesis. So this is all about the structure of anther. Now let's revise again. What is androecium? Androecium represents the male reproductive part of the flower. Each androecium consists of the basic units known as the stamen. Each stamen consists of two parts represented by anther and filament. Anther represents the upper part of the stamen and the filament represents the base of the stamen. Anther. Okay, what is the function of anther? Anther is the bag-like structure that produces pollen grains, that is also known as the male gamete. And what is the function of filament? Filament provides base to the anther. Okay, and we have discussed already how many types of anther. There are two types of anther: monothecous and dithecous anther. What is monothecous anther? The type of anther in which each anther lobe contains single theca chamber, or you can say microsporangium. Such type of anther is known as monothecous anther. That means in monothecous anther, each anther lobe contains single theca, pollen sac, or microsporangium. And what is dithecous anther? The type of anther in which each anther lobe contains two theca chamber. Such type of anther is known as dithecous anther. Okay, monothecous anthers are very less common in case of flowering plants, whereas the dithecous anthers are more common in case of flowering plants. Now let us see the structure of anther, guys. When you will see the structure of mature anther, you will get it has four layers represented by the epidermis, outermost. The second one, endothelium, that is single layer. Then middle layer is about 1 to 3 layers. Then inside the middle layer, the innermost layer of the anther known as the tapetum. The cells of tapetums are multinucleated because there is no cytokinesis but karyokinesis takes place. The cells of tapetum provide nourishment to the developing pollen grains. Okay, and inside the tapetum it has a specialized tissue known as the sporangious tissue, and the cells of sporangious tissue known as the microspore mother cells. Each microspore mother cells undergoes meiosis division and gives rise to four acquired microspores, that is also known as the male gamete. Each microspores having two layers. Examine in time. In the next class, we will discuss about the structure of pollen grain. Okay, and the process of microsporogenesis. Thank you.